anyone want to share what kind of games they play? Yeah. Go for it. StarCraft. Call of Duty. Assassin's Creed. 2K14. Minecraft. Pokemon.
Oh yeah, you know where it's at.
Go for it. Just Dance 4. Halo.
Hello Kitty.
Need for Speed. Okay. So, while you're playing these video games, do you notice anything? Like, do you notice the music?
Yes.
No. Yes. Yes. No. Maybe. You put on music. It scares you? Why does it scare you? Okay. Do you have something you want to say?
Oh, so I think the movie actually looks
Okay. So you really like the music? Does the music match the quality that you would find in, like, let's say, a movie?
Yes.
Not really.
Sometimes. I heard it not really.
Well, I said because sometimes in the simpler games it's more, 8-bit maybe, less complex than what movies do for games versus video games. Like definitely the older games were like, electron like beep 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 beep.
Right, okay. So who's, I heard it, yeah, Sean.
Well, a lot of newer games will have soundtracks before the game, like movies will, and they'll be, one or two songs.
Okay. Yes, sir.
One thing that the video games and the movie music sort of have in common is that, like when you're actually playing the game, like the background music will usually have a strong melody, usually because there's no dialogue. It's the same in a movie where there's no dialogue at all. The melody will usually be the main component in that piece. However, when there is dialogue, it's going to turn into background music. It's going to focus more on the
like just kind of more like a supporting role.
yeah.
Okay.
A lot of times you can't tell what instrument's playing in video games.
Okay. So it's hard to pick out instrumentation.
like there's sometimes like a certain game that you won't recognize. Like Super Mario Bros. That's the only one I can think of. But there can be a theme song.
Maybe a theme song. Okay. So there's this little small game, may or may not have heard of it. It's called Skyrim. So for those of us who heard the music, would you say it's like a movie score?
Yeah.
It's pretty close. Well, if you buy the CD, it's 4 discs, 2.1 days worth of music in iTunes.
I feel like there's just one song.
So that's a lot of music put into a game, as opposed to, let's say, something like Star Wars. You put that in, it's like, oh, 3 hours. Now, granted, for those who played the game of Skyrim is ginormous. So 2.1 days of music is quite different. But if I say it's a video game, like, and it's called Skyrim, and I'll tell you that it's about like medieval times, knights, sorcerers, wizards, someone who has the dragons, someone who hasn't played the game, based off that information, what do you think the main theme would sound like? Someone who hasn't played the game. Awesome. Have you played it? Okay. Who has not played it who would venture a guess?
Oh, I'm not.
Anybody else want to venture a guess? It's medieval, there's dragons. What would it sound like?
Would be very dramatic.
Dramatic?
Like there would be like suspense in the music. It was really moving in a different
Okay. So we've got an epic, awesome, suspenseful, dramatic, Harry Potter-like sound that we're expecting, right? So for those of us who haven't heard it yet. So let's see how accurate our assumption is about this music before we actually hear it. Similar or different based off of what we imagined in our heads? Anybody want to share? You shock and awe? Surprise? Yes, ma'am.
I thought it was similar to what we had described.
Similar to what we had described?
Yeah.
Okay. Anybody want to say, totally surprised me, here's why? Go for it.
Well, it was a lot more dramatic than I expected.
Okay. Like what aspect of it was more dramatic?
Like, I didn't really expect it to be like this really sort of loud orchestra and, you know, dramatic vocals.
Okay. Listen.
I thought it was different because, like, I knew it was dramatic enough, but I didn't know it was supposed to be.
30 voices in it. Okay. You want to say something?
I thought it was more of like a background music and it seemed like it was not like that.
Okay, so it was more like forefront of something they have going on. Okay. So we pointed out the voices. Someone who's played the game, who knows the plot, do you want to explain why there were voices, maybe? Go for it.
It's because throughout the game, or in the beginning of the game, your character learns that you're basically Dragonborn, which means that you can shout and stuff happens when you shout. Like you can do one and people fly all over the place, or you can call in a thunderstorm or fire or ice, and it all revolves around basically you're saving the world.
Right. So you're saving the world and you use your voice to like, you're a wizard, yes. As I heard over here, you're a dragon wizard of sorts. So if we take that into context, does that help evolve the overall experience of the game? Like when you hear, you watch The Dark Knight, got Hans Zimmer's soundtrack going on, you take that away, that movie's kind of like, huh, you're driving down the road. Oh, there's the Joker. He has a bazooka. Oh, he fired it at Batman. You don't have the tension and everything that comes from that complete package, right? So would we say that Jeremy Soule, the composer for Skyrim, did a good job of helping that along?
Yeah.
Okay. So here's another. So we mentioned Hans Zimmer. he's done Batman, Pirates of the Caribbean, the score to The Lion King. He's done Sherlock Holmes. He's done a lot of movies. Do you think his quality of music could be applied to a video game? Yes.
Possibly.
Why would you say yes? Dramatic? Okay. Does anyone want to say no? Hans Zimmer cannot write for a video game. Anybody want to play that voice?
Well, I would say he probably could write for a video game, but that it would probably just be a different style then. Because you're not going to take like the Lion King music and use it in a game where you're like killing a bunch of people. So it would need to be a different style then.
Okay, so describe that music for me.
Which
The music that you would, if he was to write a video game soundtrack.